What's up, people? This is Who That College Edition with your favorite host, Trill Quet. And today, we got to see the back-to-back men's national championship UConn Huskies win as they beat Purdue 75-60 in a game that was close in the first half, just like most of the UConn games this tournament been. And then UConn plays UConn basketball and turns it up in the second half. They win this game 75-60 by 15 points, man. And from the start of the game, you seen UConn's game plan, which was to allow Zach Edey to go off, but not allow the others to get anything. And that's exactly what they did. Edey had 37, but no other player except Brandon Smith had over 10 points. He had 12, but he had 8 points in the first half. So the second half, he only he only scored 4 points. So just a great game plan from UConn's coach. And it was successfully succeeded. They did it. They did the job successfully, and they executed the game plan. Edey had 37, although he had a bunch of easy bunnies at the end of the game. He scored at least about 8 points at the end of the game when it was kind of out of reach, and they just didn't want to foul, so they allowed Edey to get a few baskets in. So he had 37 on the box score, but a real tough doing it when the game's competitive. He had a nice maybe 26, 27. So even, you know what I'm saying, the defense on Edey was great. He started the game hot, I believe like 7 for 9. Then he went cold for a minute, going like 0 for 8. And they figured him out. If you let Edey get to his left shoulder, it's a wrap. But if you keep him on his right shoulder, nine times out of 10, he going to miss or he'll pass it out. So they didn't double Edey. They didn't do nothing but allow him to go off, but lock down the others. They didn't shoot no threes. I believe Purdue had only a few threes. They didn't shoot. I think they only made like 2 threes throughout the whole game, and that's not Purdue basketball at all. Their basketball is to feed Edey enough, and then teams will double Edey. Then they'll kick it out. But UConn was aware of that, and this was a very well coach and game plan, and they succeeded that game plan 100%, and that's why they ultimately are back-to-back champs. And then you look at UConn, the thing that stood out to me today was the amount of screens and the unselfishness that they play with. But it wasn't today. But today, Newton had 20, Spencer had 11, Castle had 15, Klingy had 11. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 players that's double digits. Their ball movement and unselfishness just sets them apart from any other team. This may be one of the hardest offenses to guard because of the amount of screens and the amount of ball movement. There's not much one-on-one play, and it's my turn to get a bucket. Now it's your turn to get a bucket. The ball movement and the unselfishness is what separates them from any team this whole tournament. And this is the greatest tournament run in the March Madness recent history. This UConn 2024 team has made the greatest run in March Madness history, with blowout wins throughout the entire tournament of 39, 17, 30, 25, 14, 15. Their plus minus against each team was 140. And they didn't play scrubs. They played the 1 seed, the 4th seed, the 3rd seed, the 9th seed, the 5th seed, and of course the 16th seed. But they played great comp in each game. You maybe thought, okay, this is the game where UConn's going to be in a close game. This may be a close game. This may be a close game. And it may look like a close game in the first half or in the first few minutes, you know what I'm saying, of the game. Once UConn settles in, it's a wrap. It's a completely wrap, man. That UConn team is like a great boxer like Floyd Mayweather or, you know what I'm saying, Javante Davis or Devin Haney. They may take a little bit to figure you out, but once they figure you out, it's a wrap. You're not getting back in the fight. You're not getting back into that at all. So that's what this UConn team remind me of, like a great boxing team. The first half, they may try to figure you out. The first few minutes, they try to let you show your greatest plays, your strengths, and then they find out that weakness and they exploit it the entire game. And then you look up, they up 20. And that's what they did this entire tournament. They didn't play with nobody. They was in maybe a close game against Alabama, but that's because Alabama can score with the best of them. But once it got close, like that last 6-7 minutes, they turned up on them folks. So this UConn run, man, is the greatest March Madness dominant run, man. This run was so dominant. They didn't play with nobody at all. Like I said, their passing ability and their unselfishness showed up throughout the tournament. Today, they 60% of their shots were assisted on. Throughout the tournament, they had 66% of their shots were assisted on, 67, 57, 68, and 59% of their shots were assisted on. That just shows the ball movement and that the style of play. You know what I'm saying? Is you pass it, you pass it, you pass it. We get the best shot available. No, not many bad shots are going to be taken during the UConn game. They're going to get the best look available, which is most times screen and roll, kick to the wing, or then he kick it back to the post to Klingy. Then Newton comes around a million screens and hits a three. It's simple, but it's so hard to guard. So this UConn team, man, just their run last year was crazy, but this year, with the amount of pressure being number one seed, going back to back, which hasn't been done since 2007, and they did it again. So shout out, man, for sure. Shout out to UConn. They're 100% a basketball school, basketball dominance. UConn Huskies, man. Shout out to them for sure. And that's a big question on Edey and his, success in the NBA. I think you can't deny his size. So he will for sure get drafted. I believe he will for sure go first round. It's just his success in the league. If he develops, some finesse on some passing ability, you can see the Jokic, because Jokic is, big like that and not as fast or versatile. So he can't pass like Jokic, of course, not yet. But maybe somebody help him develop to see when the double team is coming, because that's his biggest weakness to me. His ability to see the double team come isn't that good, so he has to develop that a lot more, because the NBA 100% exposes, your weaknesses. So whatever your weaknesses is, and a weakness like that is so easy to exploit, that would be a big problem in the league. But if he goes to a right team that have great guards, then I think he could be, successful in the league. Could be a great big man. Rim protected, Rudy Gobert, we seen him make 100 mil. So Edey can definitely, I believe, be a great rim protector and make 100 mil just like Gobert. Next, we got one of the biggest topics right now, man, the college game. Coach John Calipari leaves Kentucky and goes to Arkansas. It was so shocking, man, seeing this news on my ESPN app. I just couldn't believe it. I seen a few, trending things about it on Twitter, but I didn't believe it. But it's true, man. Coach Kyle is headed to Arkansas, man. After 14 years at Kentucky, he won a national championship, and he's done some great things. But recently, he has been downhill. It hasn't been underachieving for sure at Kentucky recently. So this just tells me Kentucky AD and Kentucky, program wants to win. They see that Coach Kyle isn't winning, but he has the talent, but they want to win. But I believe it was the wrong decision. I believe Kentucky wasn't the brand, but Coach Kyle was the brand. Coach Kyle has the most players in the NBA at 35 and the most first-round picks in the NBA. I believe it's him. I believe you will see the same thing you've seen with Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders brought kids to Jackson State. Not many of us heard of Jackson State before Deion Sanders. He brought a 5-star recruit there, Travis Hunter, and his son was a 4-star recruit there. You know what I'm saying? Then he brought those same players to Colorado. Colorado was terrible. Colorado was 1-10 before Deion got there, and there was nobody. There was nothing going on there. So I think the Coach Kyle effect we will see that effect the same way we seen the Deion Sanders effect. He will bring them kids to Arkansas. You already seen Carter Knox was a commit to Kentucky. He have decommitted and now opened up his recruitment. I wouldn't be surprised if he heads to Arkansas, and Arkansas has already set up Coach Cal with the most NIL money. So that means Arkansas wants to win as well. So it's Cal is the brand. Coach Cal is 100% the brand. He knows how to, especially for guards. He knows how to coach guards and runs offense and runs sets and puts his guards in the right position to play great at a college game and get themselves drafted. At the end of the day, that is most, 5-star, 4-star high school players' goal is to go to the NBA. So, and they want to do it quick. So one and done is Coach Kyle thing. That's his era. He's the GOAT, the king of the one and done area. And I don't think it stops now just because he's at Arkansas. Arkansas, yes, isn't a big brand like Kentucky, but like I said, Coach Prime, he got Shador and Travis over there making millions of dollars in Colorado. What is in Colorado? The same thing that's in Arkansas. So if you a player and you a baller, you gonna get this NIL money. They giving it out. DJ Burns made $100K in what 2 weeks. He just blew up, and you know what I'm saying, he made $100K. So imagine a nice freshman come there, Carter Knox or somebody else come there, or a transfer come there. Coach Kyle, all the eyes, more eyes gonna be on Arkansas now because Coach Kyle, like I said, he's the brand, he's the face, is him. He produces the NBA players. He has all the John Walls and the Jamal Murrays and Darren Foxes, all of them talking about how much great of a coach he is. So you don't think those high school players may reach out to the John Walls or the Jamal Murrays, the Darren Foxes or Anthony Davises, all those cats. Reach out to them and say, how's Coach Kyle? Coach Kyle's great, man. Go play with him. Go follow Kyle. So that, especially be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for who's going to be the new coach for Kentucky. I believe Billy Donovan will be the coach for Kentucky. I think his NBA resume is big, and I think Kentucky is a big brand, so they want to stay big. They can't bring in nobody, you know what I'm saying, not known or not too popular. So Nate Oates would have been a great pickup, coach from Alabama, but he's already declined and spoke out that he's not doing that. So that's boxed, Muhammad. So Billy Donovan for sure would be, not for sure, but I think will be Kentucky's new head coach for next year. And that's it, man. College sports, man, is at a halt right now. The women's champions were South Carolina. Men's champions was UConn. Let me know in the comments, man, who had those two champions in their brackets. That'd be crazy to see. Got spring ball coming up for a lot of college programs. Be on the lookout for a few spring ball updates and a few teams that I believe have shown a lot in spring ball, so that may have a great fall season. And of course, we got the WNBA draft April 15th. Caitlin Clark will go number 1, of course. And we'll see where the other cats go, as like Cardoza and Jerice, Cameron Brink, and the rest of the females. See where they go. And we got April 24th is the NFL draft. Top 10 mock draft will be coming soon. I'm working on that. I'll give you a small hint. Caleb Williams at 1. And that's all I'm going to let y'all know. But y'all know what it is. We watch games, not box scores. I'm your favorite host, Trill. I keep it 2 things. True, real. Peace.